Good evening, everyone. This is Gary from G Labs. Here is just going over the Connix system and trying to explain the key features to you guys. This isn't actually an instructional video on how to trade. This is explaining what each part of the system actually shows you. We have some content in the group that can help you with your studying, and in the future we'll also have some webinars maybe. So this is more about what the system does for now, and then we can work on the other areas at a later date. So the basic single asset indicator is here, and we have the pair, which is the asset. We have fair value gap, also an imbalance is the same thing. So this tells us when there is one that is currently being touched by price, when it hasn't already been cut off by price or whatever. So if it's a fresh one and it's been touched, we'll get an alert and see it in this little dashboard. Then we have the same with order block. We see the last break of structure was to the downside. We see our current time frames trading range, which I'll explain in a little while. Have the ADR of the pair, and we have the daily range of the pair. So yeah, let's go through some of the other things. Then below we have the same things, apart from that we are able to add custom time frames so that we can see from the top down what is going on in different time frames and be able to make better informed decisions. So if all of our directional breaks of structure are in alignment, we can tell that we are headed in that direction. If the smaller time frames are retracing, we're either headed for a higher time frame point of interest in a retracement, or we are seeing the beginnings of a reversal. So that is how we have to make judgment of the information that we present. These are smart trading tools, but they only present information that the chart has. So we still need to be smart about our decisions. So trading range is to do with the red and the blue line and this dashed line here. So it tells us the last swing points, where we are and whether we're at premium or discount price. So this will tell us that we're above 50% at the moment. So normally above 50% you would look to sell, and below 50% you'd look to buy. If you're in a point of interest, you may want to consider the higher time frame range, but it's good for consideration. Also here we have ADR high and ADR low, like we do on the market maker template. I just wanted to add that there. More so we see that in the market maker template for MT4, but I thought it was a nice feature to add. We also have structure points from swings here, lower highs, lower lows. So obviously when we're making lower lows, lower highs, we're still selling, so that is a nice confluence. We also see the breaks of structures here, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. We saw a change of character here where price started to, it made a slightly higher high after a lower low, but then we broke structure to the downside and continued, so that was kind of like a fake out. We have, these are imbalances here, there's still an imbalance here, but once there is a new imbalance, obviously there's one here, it cuts it off. So it's more of a visual aid. You can look to see when price comes back up to it that the fair value gap is being touched. You can also control how many fair value gaps you display on the chart if they are available. You can also choose how many higher highs, higher lows, or whether you don't want to see them at all. You can also choose how many breaks of structure marks you want to see, how many order blocks you want to see, etc. After price is retested an order block after a break of structure, you'll get this dashed line around it. When a fair value gap has been touched as well, I believe you get the same with this line around it. Then what else do we have? We have the session boxes, Asian session. We have we also have the Brinks trade boxes like we do on the market maker here and here. So those can be customized exactly the same as in the market maker one, which you just saw the video for. We also have volume candles, so where candles go from being either red or green to being blue or yellow. Yellow shows a higher volume, so it's either a false move or strong trend continuation. Can help to identify false moves and pushes towards lows of the day to trap you. So that is some useful information. We have double top and double bottom finders on here. This is to try and show us the to try and show us equal highs and equal lows as best as we can using the software. So yeah, that is mostly of what the indicator does. It has a lot going for it, and you can customize it. You can hide it to see or hide what you don't want to see. So, and you can customize the colors, times and things like that. So yeah, there is quite a lot going on, a lot of information on the chart, but once you understand what the information is, then you will realize that it's all useful. And the most important information is what is going on the chart in front of us right now. So rather than being too concerned with over here, we're more concerned with what's going on here immediately above or below us. The only time that the history stuff becomes interesting is where we don't have any I don't know, structure immediately below us, and we might want to show more information going back into the past to give us reference points for points of interest. Or you can keep your chart clean and just have maybe one point of interest and then reference the higher time frames. So yeah, that is the idea. Let's take a look at the settings and I'll quickly explain those, and then we'll move on to the market scanner. So with Connix, I really wanted to try and include everything in one place so that we don't keep going over stuff. So we have the option here to change the length of our swing points. The lower this length, the more swing highs and lows you're going to get, so it makes it a bit more sensitive. I can have zigzag on there to show the swing highs and lows if I wish, which will show up in a moment. We can also choose to show our trading range if we want, which is obviously this range here. We can show our ADR, which is up here, and the number of days that it is. So the period standard is 15. We can adjust the volume for the volume candles here and the colors. You can display as many breaks of structure, change of character, higher lows as you want here. I chose 10 and 10. You can choose to hide the fair value gaps. You can choose to hide the equal highs and lows as well. So yeah, you can just adjust the number up or down as you see fit. For the fair value gaps, leave this alone. You can choose the time frames here that display here. There's up to 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 you can have. You set your time zone here for your session boxes, and you can also choose to have higher time frame alerts onto your app for the order block touches, breaks of structure, fair value gap touches. Then you can customize your session boxes, hide them as you wish, change the times of them if you wish, and then you can change the times and size of the boxes and position of the table. Yeah, that is basically it for the Connix smart trading thing. To be honest with you, I love this indicator. I think it's absolutely amazing. Let's just see now the so here it is with the zigzag showing the swing points, but you have the markers anyway, so I always leave it hidden because I want to try and keep my chart reasonably clean. Now with TradingView, you can really zoom into the charts and you can really, you know, get to focus on an area where you are observing and doing your analysis. So you can actually work with all of this information and see it quite clearly, which you simply couldn't do with MT4. So if you want to display lots of information, you need to get your self used to scrolling with the bottom axes and the side axes, and then moving and dragging the chart to where you want it to be. Okay, that's it for the single asset. Let's now look at the multi-asset scanner here. So we have our pairs. We also have FVG touch alerts. This will be only in the current time frame that you are looking at. Order block touch alerts. Also break of structure, which direction these pairs last break of structure was in, and also their range where they are. So on these will all be for the 15-minute. You can see which ones are at premium discount price. You can see the ADR, and we can see the daily range of the pairs. So you want to make sure that the settings of things like for the breaks of structure, etc., are the same as this. Otherwise, you're going to get a discrepancy in the data between the two. So let me just pull up the settings and we will check those. So here we have the settings for the scanner. We have the zigzag length, views, close for break of structure, which is always good, otherwise it's just going to keep changing around. Leave the fair value gap stuff alone. Average daily range 15, and then you can choose your assets that you want to have on there and the size and the position. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this helps you guys. I mean, I absolutely love Connix. It's my new favorite. So yeah, I'll send this in the group soon, and I wish you lots of luck. I'm getting some great feedback already about Connix. So yeah, guys, love it. Take care.